Caitlin Clark has finally debuted her own signature shoe last night in a loss. Unfortunately, a loss to, of all people, Angel Reese and the Atlanta Dream, as Angel Reese took the opportunity to debut a different color pattern of her own signature shoe from Reebok, the whole participation trophy thing with Shaquille O'Neal and all that. But that's a story for another day. This is wild. We got to talk about this. We got it because Nike is absolutely idiotic. The way they've handled Caitlin Clark is criminal to me. And it is also, again, another firing offense for someone in Caitlin Clark's inner circle. Her agent has to go. Everything I've heard from her agent, one of the worst out there. No idea why Caitlin Clark has the agent that she has. I think she is making a mistake in that respect. She's too damn nice. Caitlin, stop being so nice. Get yourself some better people around you. But anyway, we all know that Caitlin Clark has been signed with Nike for a couple of centuries. She's been in the WNBA for a century. And they're finally getting around to rolling out her first signature shoe. They should probably be on version 3 of that shoe by now. And I do not want to hear any of this crap about, oh my God, new material. Oh my God, material they've never used. Oh my God, they're doing so many different things. I don't care. It's Nike. It's now. LeBron James back in 2023 signs with Nike in May, has his signature shoe the beginning of his rookie season in October. There are zero excuses. I don't want to hear it. The reason Nike did this is because they wanted to slow play and downplay Caitlin Clark because the company is woke as F. And they heard all the nonsense from Asia Wilson about racism is why Caitlin Clark, the greatest women's player of all time coming out of college, the most popular by far women's player of all time coming out of college. But no, we have to get that player that no one's ever heard of, Asia Wilson. We have to get her that signature shoe because of Asia Wilson screaming and complaining and playing victim. Asia Wilson, by the way, one of the most privileged people in the entire world, being someone growing up in America with very rich parents, going to private school her entire life, getting everything handed to her, is going to scream victimhood. Absolutely insane. So of course, Nike being Nike was like, "Oh, well, that white straight girl over there, the white straight girl, we are going to set that aside, despite that it is basically a printing press for money. We're going to set that aside and do the shoe that no one's going to buy for the player that no one has ever heard of. We need to appease Asia Wilson and a certain portion of the population and the old guard WNBA while holding back the shoe that everyone wants." Absolutely insane negligence by Nike. Now, y'all know I'm not a Nike fan. If you've been around here for a while, first of all, thank you. Truly appreciate it. Quick moment. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. But yeah, I've never liked Nike. I've always thought they've made very overpriced crap because of the amount of money they give athletes. They do it, of course, with a very specific type of labor. It is wild to me that anybody can support Nike. I simply do not get it, especially when I look at a lot of the people who are signed to Nike and I see some of the things that they say, and I'm like, really? Really? You make money from Nike, but you're going to make those comments? Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, it was a form of prejudice, discrimination, racism against Caitlin Clark, and it has cost Nike hundreds of millions of dollars. We know that their stock has absolutely cratered these last 3 years. I think the last time I checked, it was down like 70% from its peak. They had to get a new CO. It's been an absolutely disaster for Nike, and yet they kept Caitlin Clark's shoe And not just, even just her shoe, just promotion in general, anything with Caitlin Clark that they could have done to generate revenue and to keep this thing going, and they didn't. And the company has been an absolute disaster these past few years. Absolutely terrible. They decided to shelve the Michael Jordan of women's basketball because she doesn't have the right skin color. Absolutely insane. Completely ignored Caitlin Clark during her historic record setting rookie campaign. I believe, because I checked on this, and it's been a while since I checked, but because it's such a small number, I'm pretty sure I have this right. During Caitlin Clark's entire rookie year in the WNBA, Nike Basketball sent out exactly one tweet about Caitlin Clark. Think about that for a second. Think how insane that is. Caitlin Clark, the most popular player in women's basketball history, comes out of college having just set the all-time scoring record. Stayed at Iowa for 4 years, which was a big story because of the nature of the program and where she could have played and all that. Dragged that Iowa team onto 2 historic NCAA tournament runs, reaching back-to-back finals, each year on the way, beating the defending champion, including in 2023, the defending champion, undefeated South Carolina team with Dawn Staley. And then, of course, now we know the Indiana Fever has done nothing but collect Dawn Staley South Carolina players to go with Caitlin Clark. But that's a story for another day. But I mean, yeah, this has been quite possibly the absolute worst branding and marketing campaign decision, however you ever want to call it, for a signature shoe in history from any company in that regard. It's absolutely insane what Nike has done. They've completely lost their minds, completely lost the script on how a signature shoe needs to be rolled out, how it should be handled, and to be fair, even what it should look like. A lot of people aren't that impressed with Caitlin Clark's shoe. Now, I know there's a lot of people that love it. I'm not trashing it. And a lot of people like the design, but they aren't thrilled with the blue that Caitlin Clark wants. But come on, we all know we're going to see it in different colors. So that's not that big a deal. But I believe, as updated as far as we know right now, it's finally going to come out in October. So Caitlin Clark will have finished 3 years of her WNBA career, and what, 4 years and 5 seasons maybe after Nike first signed her. That's insane to think about. And it really is insane to think about how badly Nike botched this entire thing. That is insane. And yet Nike sat there and watched the company crater, watched the stock crater, watched the CEO get fired and replaced, and they still sat on Caitlin Clark's shoe. And it's been everything, right? It's been a lack of national commercials for Caitlin Clark. Don't see in-store promotions for Caitlin Clark. I mentioned the tweeting her rookie year, one tweet by Nike Basketball in Caitlin Clark's entire rookie year. So it's a lack of social media promotion from Nike. I mean, Nike built everything on superstars, right? That was a struggling company that could have disappeared when they made a big bet on Michael Jordan. And ever since then, it was all about superstars for Nike. And very good marketing campaigns, by the way, back in the day that goes with it. And yet, they completely ignored and botched one of the greatest opportunities they could have with a superstar. When you look at Caitlin Clark's role and Caitlin Clark's place in the game of women's basketball, absolutely criminally negligent. Not really. That's For the lawyers out there, I'm just using a phrase to make a point. I probably, unfortunately, is not criminal. I doubt there's a lot Caitlin Clark could do. I don't know if a good lawyer could look into breach of contract to get her out of that Nike deal, which is 8 freaking years. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Couple of things, real quick. What do you think of the design? And are you going to get a pair? I think well, you'll because here for me, I think it's going to sell like crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? Again, this is not a the sky is falling. This shoe is going to sell big time. That being said, and this is one of those unprovable things, but it's nagging at the back of my brain. I don't think as successful as it will be, I think it would have been more successful if it had launched like toward the end of Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Or the middle even, or maybe when they're heating up in that post-Olympic break stuff, I think you would have seen sales that might have never even seen before for a signature shoe, including with the men. We all know she had the number 2 jersey, even when you include NBA players. Imagine what her shoe would have done being released at the peak of her rookie year. Let that sink in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Truly do appreciate it. I will talk to y'all later.